Hi, welcome to Classic Car Co. So this video is just on doing the front seats on the XJ6. Now, some of the materials are not genuine to the car. I'm pretty sure those diaphragms are a kind of generic one, which I'm pretty sure are the same ones that went into the E-Type base. They look very, very similar. So it's a matter of drilling an extra few holes. But we learned quite a lot from doing the first one. The second one should be a doddle, as they say. So I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you get something out of it. And I think the difference in the passenger seat is remarkable. I've got all the clips, most of the clips. I've just one more to do. These are great, these little picks. I've got a little set of them. They're just cheap, €7, €10, whatever they were. But they're ideal for doing this. You can lift open the clip and you don't damage the leather on the side. So a few marks on it, but generally it's pretty good. So there we are. Oh yeah, it's well done. There we go. Yeah, look at the state of that. It's ratty as hell. And that piece looks like it's been put in afterwards by the looks of it. There we go. Camera. Mike's getting caught on there. There we are. That's all. As you can see, it's kind of a mess. I'll just clean that off. It's obviously been glued on there. But you can see where there's quite a bit of rust in that base. And a little bit there and there. So I'll give that a new paint up. That should be good. Sandblast the whole thing. And the new cushions are here on the way here. Should be here either tomorrow or Monday. And the diaphragms are here in Austria as well. So there we go. Give that a clean up, paint it up, get them ready. These are the new diaphragms from Aldridge, I believe they're from, but they're a kind of generic, or BAS. I thought it was Aldridge, but it's got BAS written on them. But I think they're a generic diaphragm because they didn't fit perfectly. We had to drill a few new holes because obviously you don't want them pulled at an angle. So obviously this is now sandblasted and painted because it was a bit of surface rust in it. But it's much, much better than that. I mean, this is ridiculous. Whoever thought of that? I think a 5-year-old could do better than that. Anyway, so that's one side. So here's the new foam. What I'm going to do is just partially glue that on, mainly at the corners, or probably more at the back here, so it's inside this lip here. So I'll glue that in now. And then we can get this top on it, get the clips back in. And that's the passenger side. And then I'll do the driver's side. And Mir's working on this. So what he's come up with, which is the way to do it, and I didn't think about it, is there was string on this which we had to cut. So he's now pulling it into position through the strings and the rubber. What we're going to do is use some of those little tiny washer there and then pull it in and then pull the whole thing over so it's pushed down deep into this recess bit here and then pull it over. And maybe theoretically they'll clip where they did before. I don't think they will. If the cushion was smaller, it'll probably be a little bit further back, won't it? But we'll pull it as tight as we can, because then it'll just get into place. But I didn't think about that. That's why they're there. There's like I think it's plastic or something, like a plastic rod in there, or I don't know, things like plastic or fiberglass or something. And there's 2 on each side, 2 here and 2 in the front. You can see there and there. So we've used exactly the same holes that the trimmer would have used. We've used these things as to stop it coming through the rubber, because they had to be tied off with nylon. And if you're wondering, they look a bit strange. What they actually are is for deck boards. You put a plastic peg in there and it gives you the depth between the deck board, and it stops the decking onto the other decking, if you like. So it's a barrier between the water sitting on it, and that's what it is, if you're wondering. So we just had to cut them to shape. We tried little washers, but they were pulling through. So there we are. So we just glued up the ends here now. Got a couple here that need doing. And actually a little bit there, look. Maybe put one on the end there. There we go. So we'll see how they look tomorrow. This is the driver's side. Got all the clips out. Be careful, you easy to cut yourself. It's quite a lot of sharp edges on these. And go through the same process again. And that one's been done the same, you can see. Not only is it rough here, but you can see this has been shoved into try and there we go. There we go. Oh God, feels horrible. And again, it's quite badly corroded here. Not bad, but it's surface rust all the way around. You can see here. So I'll show you. This will go down now and get sand. See here, it's gone. So I'll get this sandblasted, clean, painted up, and we'll put the driver's one on tomorrow when the paint's dry. Let me show you how the passenger seat looks now it's in. Obviously it hasn't been sat on properly yet, but you can see how nice that is. Nicely plumped up. What a difference. It's like, you know, it's like being in a really high-end luxury car, which I suppose they were at the time. But you can see how much it's plumped up. It'll get more pulled in the more it's sat on, but that's just brand new now. Get all this wood sorted out, the wood dash, like a new car. So there you go. So just a quick update on the XJ6 on the seats. Hopefully it's some help. And as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and I'll give you an update soon on the XK150. Take care, everybody. Be good to each other.